as the update continues, we'll talk with two dance team members this weekend. Tomah High School, again, heading the state for dance. On your left is Isabella Arney, and on your right is Emma Gearing. Now, ladies, you both went to state last year, correct?
Yep.
But this year, you're both doing solos. Let's start with that. Isabella, talk about your solo for me.
So this year, my solo, the title of it is I Guess I'm in Love. It's more of like a sappy song, I feel like.
Okay.
And the moves this year are a lot different than last year's. And I just feel like I really upped my choreography this year, so hopefully making the all-state team this year.
How difficult it is both of you to get solo? I mean, how difficult is it for you guys to both get solos? Is it very difficult to get a solo? Is that difficult?
Yeah, you want to take it?
I feel like to make it past the regionals round, I guess all three of us last year made it. So I feel like the hardest part is performing at state and then
Sure.
making it from there on out to the all-state team. But I feel like the first round isn't too bad.
Yeah.
We've done it so far, so.
Sure. Okay, Emma, talk about your solo for me, please.
My solo compared to last year. So last year I made the all-state team, and this year it's quite different, I would say. It's more like hard and sharp. It's kind of just a whole different vibe than last year. So hopefully we'll make it again though with my skills.
All right, last year you went to state, both of you, and this year, though, it's different because you're not only solos, but you're also performing jazz and pom.
Yes.
Now, when you went to regional, were you hoping to get there in both, or what was your thought going to the regional?
Well, I would say obviously that's the goal, is to go
Correct.
for both. We really honestly had no idea what was going to happen. It was kind of like a toss-up, like
Yeah.
whatever happened, happened, but
Yeah, definitely what Emma said. It was really a toss-up, especially in jazz, because there was like 7 teams in our division
Yeah.
that we're all pretty much on the same level skill-wise. And I think just going out for regionals, it's a lot, honestly, more scary than state.
Yeah.
Because you don't really know if you're going to make it to state. State
Sure.
is more
Sure.
of like a fun, okay, we're going to go out and perform in this big gym environment, versus regionals where you're just stressing about whether you're going to make it or not. And top half from our region only make it, and so there were 6 spots and we got 4th. So.
and a lot of good teams. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So a lot of competition, a lot of the teams that are there, you have seen before.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
At other competitions, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, the common denominator, last year and this year, you're not big in numbers, but that doesn't seem, would you like to be bigger in numbers than you are at 7?
Honestly, well, right now we have 6 girls dancing for jazz
Okay.
and 7 or 5 for pom.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it's ideal to have a team of what, like 15, 20 girls, but like we just probably will never have that, at least not in the years that we're in high school.
Yeah.
So it sucks because we're up against a lot of teams with a lot of girls, and visuals, it's way harder to make an appealing dance, I guess. But I feel like you really have to step it up a lot more.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like harder skills, harder dance
Yeah.
to really showcase. I don't know.
And it's easier in a group of like 15 to 20 girls to like
Yeah.
hide people who can't really do
Right.
that many skills in the back, and still have them do arms and visuals and stuff, but maybe they
Yeah.
can't turn, so you have a center group that's doing really hard turns, but everybody else on the outside is still doing cool visuals, so it's just like more
It's hard,
visually
yeah. It's really hard.
appealing. Whereas us as a team of like 7, 6, and in pom we only have 5, to have everyone turn because we don't have those numbers, it's a lot harder to get together.
Yeah. And to even make it to state, like,
Yeah.
for us to make it to state with a team of 5 girls,
Yeah.
5 and 6 is pretty insane.
I would guess, I've never been to state in lacrosse, but I would guess if I went there, probably could count the teams on 2 hands or less that are low in numbers like you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
For
up at
sure.
Adams Friendship earlier for basketball earlier this season. They had double the numbers, triple the numbers you had.
It's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Okay, you had a dance clinic a while ago during the football season. You were not able to perform due to the weather. I was told you had well over 100 kids at that.
So
Oh, yeah.
many
So
little
my
kids.
question is, so where are they? If we have so many younger kids that want to be like dancers like you are, why are we so low numbers at high school? What are these kids doing?
I think that it's more of studio costs a lot of money. It's hard to get kids into studio because we only have like one studio in Tomah that not a lot
Yeah.
of people really
Yeah.
know about. And then like Misty's and La Crosse,
Yeah.
that's like a 40-minute drive, and then you have New
Yeah.
Lisbon, which is also like a 30-minute drive, and then prices are really expensive, and people tend to like veer more towards like club youth sports that they can get their kid into easily
And local.
and local, so that they don't have to go drive places. So I feel like that's where the disconnect happens,
I
especially
also-
during middle school and high school.
I also feel like, not that the dance team, I feel like a lot of people don't go out for it anymore, and I
Mhm.
don't know if it's, I'm not really exactly sure why, but I feel like that kind of is another thing, like, people don't try. Like, we could have so many girls who probably have so many potential, but they're maybe scared or they're nervous, so.
You obviously have some new girls on the team this year. Did you kind of take them under your wing from day one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really known Emmeline that long, but I love Emmeline. She's
Okay.
such a cutie. And then Allison, I've known Allison for a while, and just, I think it's nice to like really help them and like bring them up, because it was the same
Yeah.
thing our freshman year.
It's crazy to see like the progress that they've made from
Yeah.
day one to now is
Mhm.
insane. Like you would never think
Yeah.
that that's the same person. I feel like freshman year definitely there's the most improvement.
Yes.
And we've definitely seen that with our freshmen and even the sophomores.
Yeah.
All of us, honestly.
Yeah, and definitely in the past, like, starting like us at the beginning of freshman year versus the end of our freshman year, we were getting most improved awards and stuff, because that's really what happens during freshman year, is the improvements and the skills just get better over that year.
Yeah.
Okay, for the benefit of the people that want to go to La Crosse this Saturday to watch you guys, what times can we look for you Saturday?
So I believe POM is at 10 a.m. on the dot.
Okay,
My solo's at 10:54 a.m.
Yeah, I believe I'm at 10:57 a.m.
okay.
And then jazz is
Jazz.
at 12:21 p.m.
Yep.
So all nice in a short span
Yeah.
of time, like 3 hours.
That's got to be a good thing, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Not a lot
definitely.
around waiting? Okay.
Yeah, it's not a lot of waiting, but it's also enough time for us in between that we can just relax, get into the next dance, like the mindset. It's a really nice time period this year.
As we wrap it up, ladies, Isabella Arney on your left, Emma Gearing on your right, members of the Tomah dance team heading to the state this Saturday. Let's talk about your dance showcase coming up this Thursday. Talk about that for me.
That's February 8th, I want to say, at 7 p.m. We're showcasing all of our pieces from our football season, all of our duets, our solos, our competition routines, and it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Just like a recap of the whole year and all the good things that we've accomplished.
Now, in past years, you've had other people, other groups, organizations dancing besides Tomah High School. Is that going to happen, your knowledge?
Yes.
I believe so.
The middle school, Tomah Middle School will
Okay.
be here, as well as Sparta High School. They are
Yeah.
coming to
Okay.
perform as well.
Ladies, thank you for talking with me. Congratulations on going back to state. How did we do last year at state, by the way?
I think for POM we got 10th, I want
10,
to say.
yeah.
Okay.
We didn't take
Which-
last.
Which brings up the question, being there as you were last year, have you set any goals for this year?
I mean, the goal really is always to get fifth,
Oh, right.
because
Absolutely.
fifth and
Okay.
above gets like these giant WIAA,
Oh, so you got a
WACPC
top five, get a
trophies.
plaque or something, or a trophy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I just, like, honestly, as long as we can do better than
Yeah.
the year before, or like even competitions before, and up our scores, that's really what the goal is.
Honestly, for me, I feel like as long as we, obviously it would be nice to get 5th, but like who
Yeah.
knows what's really gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
It's kind of, again, a toss-up. I feel like just doing better than we did at regionals, looking
Yeah.
better, looking more clean. It should be our best performance of the year ultimately. So that's kind of my goal.
Can I assume a lot of teams will be competing against you've seen before?
Yes, I think there's like 14 and 10 or something
Wow.
like that. There's
Yeah.
quite a few in both of our divisions. So
Okay.
Yeah, and we definitely see a lot of them at other competitions,
Most.
especially like people from the Southern Regional. So we're in the
Sure.
Northern Regional.
Sure.
People from the Southern Regional, we saw a lot of them at the New Berlin West invite.
Sure.
Which was nice.
And yeah, it was. And then versus like the Northern region, we see a lot of the Northern region teams at Schwabenon because that
Yep.
is more up towards a lot of the teams that we compete against for regionals. So yeah.
Yeah, at your dance competition this year, you put a lot of miles on, didn't you? A lot of
Oh,
long
yeah.
trips. Yeah.
It's like usually a 2-hour plus drive
Yeah.
every
At
time.
Schwabenon, Little
Yeah.
Shoot, and then we were down in Milwaukee twice around that area, so.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, Emma, love the shirt. Can people buy these? Or aren't they for sale?
I'm not sure.
I'm
Okay.
sure if our honestly, if
Okay,
our
we'll
coach
have to,
would
we'll have to
open
ask
up
Eric.
a,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
I would think people would buy them. Why wouldn't they?
I know they have all
Yeah.
our names on the back.
Yeah, I was
so-
wondering if they did or not.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies, thank you for your time. Good luck Saturday. Appreciate
Thank
your
you
time.
so
Thank you.
much.
Couple more dance team members going to state this Saturday. Whitney Drager on your right, Lainey Champlin on her right or on your left. Lainey, both you guys are sophomores, second year on the team. What did you take out of going to state last year? Let's start with Lainey.
What I took from it was it's a lot more nerve-wracking and scary. And last year I feel like it was easier to get to state, and this year we had to work harder. So I took that from it.
Whitney, when you went to regionals, obviously last year you were only competing in one event, this year POM and Jazz. Did that surprise you in a good way that you're now competing in 2 events this year, not just one?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, like Lainey said, I think there were a lot more like challenges this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a lot harder to get to state, and we worked very hard this year. And last year we went to state with a wild card, and this year we placed in both of our dances, so it was like a super exciting and like just like a liberating moment because we were like, wow, we worked really hard for this. So to be taking both is definitely like really awesome.
And then when I talked with the other 2 ladies prior to you, everything's kind of like in a 2-hour window, so you don't wait around a long time. You perform, they do their solos, so you don't wait around very long. Is that a good thing, not to have to wait around that long?
I think so because then your nerves aren't like, you don't have to sit around and just wait and wait. You just do it, you get it done with, and then wait for rewards. So I think it's a good thing.
I had just asked the other 2 ladies prior to you, have you set any goals, what you'd like to do? Have you set, I know you like to get a plaque, you got to be in the top 5. Have you set any goals, or are you just going to kind of wing it? Obviously, some of these teams, Whitney, you've seen before, so you know what you're going up against, right?
Yeah. So I think just the goal for the season is state, and now that we've made it, it's like, not to say it isn't nerve-wracking, because it definitely
Yeah.
is. Like, it's super nerve-wracking all day at state, but it also, like, you made it to state, so
Yep.
even if you don't place top 5, it's still really awesome.
You're not big in numbers, you're very small. Is that a good thing? Would you like to have more than you do? Obviously, you have less than 10, but obviously it works for you because you're going to state. But in a perfect world, would you like to have a lot more on dance team than we have right now?
Yes, I would like 10 to 12. That would be like the perfect, but gotta work with what we have.
And your mom coaches the team.
Yes,
Is that a good thing?
depends.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, when your mom was on dance team, we won't say what year she was on dance team, but a common dance team back then was 18 to 20 members, and now it's much smaller.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's ever talked about that or not.
Yeah,
so.
she has.
Okay, so we know you're going to perform in the morning, this Saturday at lacrosse. Any other things? Norm, since I've never been to one of these at lacrosse, is it normally a pretty good turnout? Are there a lot of people there?
In the audience?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Very full. Last year we danced like right away in the morning, like second dance of the day, so there weren't very many people there. But the year previous, I went and watched the girls, and it's very, very full. And also, like, we had awards at the end of the day.
Like by awards, it's very
packed.
packed.
Yeah.
One final thought, ladies, before I let you go. For the younger girls looking in right now, that 7th, 8th grade maybe, and they're thinking about being on dance team once they get to high school, what would you say to them?
Just try out. Go for it. Like, the worst that could happen is you don't make it and you can try again next year. That's my advice to them, is just try it.
Yeah, definitely don't, like, hesitate and worry about like, oh, what if I don't make it? But you'll never know if you don't try out. So.
And
just try.
there used to be a lot of dance studios in the area, and there really aren't anymore, are there? They're kind of slowly disappearing, aren't they? Wow.
That definitely hurts our numbers a lot too, because we used to have girls who'd grow up in
Yep.
the studio and then
Yep.
just go to dance team. Like that's
what
with
happened
us,
to us.
right?
But keeping that in mind, at your dance clinic this year, I was told you had well over 100 girls, is that correct?
Yeah, that's,
So you kind of wonder why they don't go out when they get to high school, though.
I think it's just people are scared and they try other sports since
Yeah.
there's not studios in Tomah, so then they're passionate about other sports.
And I think also when you're that age and there's a kids clinic, it's easy to be like, oh, I'll just go try it because
Yeah.
it's like a one-day thing. But if you're not at a studio consistently going, it's hard to like get back into it.
So I'm assuming you both have dancing backgrounds, correct? That's what
Correct.
attracted you to dancing, kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Okay. Whitney Drager on your right, Laney Champlin on your left, two members of the Tomah High School dance team going to state this Saturday. Ladies, I know you're really thrilled about doing this, but I thank you for your time. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Good luck Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, three ladies on this year's Tomah High School dance team going to state this Saturday who I have not talked with. All first-year dance team members, starting on your far left. Alexis Johnson. Alexis, tell me about yourself.
This is my first year on the dance team. I managed last year for football season, and I went to studio for a little while, and I'm in studio right now, but I don't think I'm going to do studio next year, but I'm definitely going to try out for dance team next year.
So you have a dancing background, obviously. Okay, you went to regionals this year. You qualified for jazz and pom. You've never done that before. Last year, you weren't on the team, obviously, but were you surprised at regionals that you qualified for jazz and prom? Did that surprise you as a team?
Yes.
If I had to ask Alexis, as part of the dance team, what's your strength? What would your strength be?
Oh,
You don't have the strength?
probably cheering for my team,
Sure, sure.
motivating them.
What are you looking forward to most on Saturday?
Breaking records.
Sure. Well, if you get in top 5, you get a plaque, and I know the others have said we'd love to have a plaque. So you do have some goals, correct? Okay, the four girls we've already talked with have already been to state. This is your first year for all three of you on dance team. So what have you learned from them, if anything?
I've learned that there's a lot of things that we need to overcome and push aside and focus more as a group and bond more so we can get past some things.
And as I talked with the other ladies, all your competition this year, you put a lot of miles in there. You made a lot of long trips, didn't you?
Yes.
New Berlin, Ashwaubenon, those are long trips. Hey, good luck on Saturday, thank you. And we're going to move over here in the middle and talk with Emmeline Lisi, correct?
Yes.
Who has two brothers that played soccer,
Yes.
because she told me that. All right, what dancing background, I'm assuming?
Yes. This is my 12th year dancing.
And you're a freshman.
Yes.
Okay, do you see yourself doing it all the way through high school? Aren't you,
I-
haven't looked that far ahead?
I do see myself doing it all through high school. I haven't really done any other sports, and I think this is the best sport that you could be in.
I talked to the other girls about this. You're not big in numbers. Would you like a lot more girls on the dance team? You're great, obviously, you're going to state, but you're very small in numbers. Would you like to see more girls be a part of dance team, say, next year?
It would be nice to have more girls on the dance team. And the thing is, with more girls, you can obviously have better
Right.
choreography, better visuals, and then you can also have more motivation and support.
So most of the dance teams, obviously, you went against at regionals had to be much bigger than us, correct?
Yes, very much bigger.
Anything even close to our size, or I'm guessing not?
Not in our division, but there are teams like Menominee and other smaller teams where they usually have 6 to 7 girls on the floor. Sparta is rather small too.
What's your strength as a dance team member?
My strength would probably be always being dependable
Okay.
and just being there for my team.
And you had a lot of people, you had a lot of kids at your clinic, and let's hope that some of these kids make us a little bigger next year.
Yes, however, those ones are a little bit younger,
Yeah, that's
so
what I
a
was
couple of
thinking, yeah.
years.
But the fact that you had well over 100 kids is encouraging for the future, you would hope.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you for talking with me. We're going to go over here and talk with the final one, and this is Allison Schrader, correct, Allison?
Yes.
Freshman,
Yes.
dance background?
Yes, I've been dancing since I was 2.
Wow.
I used to go 2.5 actually, but I used to go to Maryland's in Tomah, but then after that closed down,
Yeah.
I moved to GDA, and then I went there for a couple of years.
Yeah, lack of dance studios in the area is kind of, it's not helping you guys, is it?
No, it's not. I mean, it's also hard to like not have any dance experience and then just join a dance team and just expect yourself to know all this stuff.
See, I would think if you started dancing at 2, like you said you have, by the time you get to high school, you might be burned out, but obviously you're not burned out. You love what you do.
Yes, I do. I like it a lot. I mean, as a little girl, I feel like a lot of little girls want to be dancers. And I feel like I've kind of kept that dream, and I don't know, I just found motivation for it no matter what I was going through. It's kind of an outlet.
Allison, let me put you on the spot. We haven't asked anybody this question. Talk about your coach for me.
Oh, Erica?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
She's not in the room, so you're safe.
well, it's funny because Erica was my kindergarten teacher, so I've always kind of known her.
Oh, sure.
And her daughter's gone to dance with me for a long time. So yeah, I've always kind of had a little bit of relationship with her, and she's great. I think she's doing really good for her first year being as like a full-time coach. I don't know, she respects us, she respects our opinion, but she knows when to step in when something's, I don't know, not going the right way.
One final thought, ladies, and anybody can answer this. You're going to dance state this Saturday in lacrosse. There's a lot of dance teams that went to regional that are staying home. So it's quite an honor. Do you think about that, or is it just another day?
It's definitely not just another day because it's been a long time since Tomah has gone to state with both routines with no wild
Correct.
cards.
That's very unique, yes.
And it's really special that we can go and we made it in the top half against all those other teams.
Good luck Saturday. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much. All right, as we wrap it up, we're talking with Erica Chaplin, who is the head coach of the Tomah dance team. This year, first time ever that I can remember going to state in 2 events. That's a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did that surprise you?
Yeah, I think it surprised us all. We were obviously very happy to hear our name called for both routines. Last year, the girls got wild cards, so they didn't technically qualify with either of their dances.
Right.
But then their scores were high enough that they were asked to come after the fact. So morale was a little low when they left last year, but then when they got that phone call, they were super happy. So this year it just felt a lot different, leaving the school on that high note and knowing that we placed 4th with both dances.
Terry Ware coached the dance team for over 30 years. You were part of the dance team when you were in high school. It was a much bigger dance team than it is right now. Are times changing? Are we ever looking at a dance team that big again in Tomah, close to 20?
I don't know, I think when I was on senior year, we had 17.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know the team's been fairly small here for, I would say probably 3 4 years. I think they did have, 14, 15 there for a while too. I don't know I guess with the dance studios in the area, something has to feel that the youth program. So the kids that don't have any dance background or any dance training, it makes it a little difficult to build a large dance team at the high school level, varsity level.
Yeah, lack of dance studios in the area is really hurting you, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it is.
That-
We do have some girls that travel out of town.
Okay.
And they do take classes.
With that said, during the football season, you had well over 100 kids at your dance clinic.
Yeah, we did.
So that tells you there's interest out there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, have you set any goals for Saturday?
Oh, any goals? Well, we had goals from the beginning of the season where we wanted to
Sure.
be at the end of the year, and that was making it to state ultimately was our end goal. And so we met that goal. Honestly, just going for the experience and knowing that we earned that is, I think, enough in itself. But of course, getting that trophy would just be awesome. So
You replaced Sue Brown, who was also a member of the Tomah High dance team. What makes you say, hey, I want to throw my hat in the ring and be the dance team coach?
oh goodness. Honestly, knowing that I didn't know where it was headed if I didn't do it.
Okay.
And I guess that fear of ultimately that it would maybe be done or assigned to somebody. So I gave it a lot of thought. I was at first very much like, nope, not doing it. I'm just not doing it. It will all work out. And then towards the end of the season last year, it was like, what is going to happen? So here I am.
Have you ever had a scenario where you've actually gone up to somebody and said, hey, I think you'd be great on the dance team, kind of recruit them, or haven't you ever done that?
Personally, gone up to students.
Right, and say, hey, it's up to you, but I think you'd be great on the dance
I
team.
know the girls have.
The girls, yeah, which
Yeah,
makes
they've had
sense.
conversations.
That's how we got a lot of girls out for wrestling this year, word of
Right.
mouth, that type of
Yep.
thing. Okay, I talked about earlier, when you were in dance team for Tomah many years ago, Terry Wyatt was the coach. Do you take anything from Terry coaching you to how you coach this team? You take anything away from what Terry taught you when you were on dance team years ago?
Absolutely. Yeah, Terry taught me a lot about work ethic, determination, keep going even though you maybe don't want to keep trying or push yourself, I guess, to that next level. You're part of a team. You're here for your other teammates too. Just that camaraderie, I guess, of being in it together, definitely.
Just out of curiosity, as we wrap it up with Erica Champlin, the coach of the Tomah dance team, going to state this Saturday, the fact that your daughter's on dance team play a role in you taking this job?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought it might.
Yep.
Good luck on Saturday. And it sounds like in the morning everything's kind of condensed, so that's a good thing. You don't have to sit around too long, do you?
Correct. Yeah, our times are 10 and 12:20 with our solos, our 2 solos in between there. So it'll be a pretty quick day of performing, and then we have awards around 4 o'clock. So
And then a lot of the teams that you compete against on Saturday you've seen before.
absolutely, yeah.
So what teams would jump out that would probably be your main competition?
Well, our regional, actually, a lot of teams we don't go against in regional that we
Okay,
maybe saw
sure.
in some of our other
Sure.
competitions that we choose to go to. So yeah, I guess we'll just wait and see how everything falls.
One of the last questions I asked the girls prior to you and I sitting down, Erica, was that there's a lot of dance teams that won't be in lacrosse Saturday. They'll be sitting home.
Right.
So you look at it that way as an honor to represent a small town like Tomah and be there, or don't you think of it that way?
Absolutely, I do, 100%. And some teams will come to watch, even though they didn't qualify. So they can come free and watch all the other teams dance.
So what's your plan of attack? You dance Saturday morning, when you go to lacrosse, what's your plan of attack right now?
So Friday night, they're all staying together for
Okay.
the night, and then we'll come here around 7 a.m., and then we're having a send-off with the police escort to send us out of town.
What time is that, by the way?
That's at 7:15,
7:15.
just right
Okay.
here in the Commons.
Okay. So you're not going lacrosse ahead of time. You're going, obviously, leaving the Tomah, kind of like you did for the golf team for 4 years.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
It's close enough that we don't have to stay the night before, like we would for some of our other competitions.
One final thought as we wrap it up, because I know I got to get you guys some practice time here. Let's talk about your dance showcase coming up this Thursday. Talk about that for me.
So our showcase is February 8th at 7 p.m. It's going to be held here at the high school in the big gym. The cost is $5 admission. If you're 6 and under, you can come free and watch. So it's kind of a year in review of all their dances that they have done. Then we're going to have the middle school dance team here and the Sparta High School dance team.
Now, that's a little later than normal. Is there a reason it's pushed back to 7? Normally, it's been around 6:30. Is there a reason for this or not?
Gym space for practices, so we can
Oh,
get
sure.
in there, and then to accommodate the other teams that are also coming to dance too.
Eric, I want to thank you and the dance team members for doing this on very short notice. I told Brad I could do it, and then he said he would tell you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if your reaction was, oh my God, I don't know if we can do this or not, but I really appreciate your time. It's quite an honor, and I know you guys will do well at state on Saturday. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.